This is the Phillies POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Just what makes that silly old ant think he can move a rubber tree plant? Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes. What a night. What a night. What an absolute amazing night at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies starting pitching now. This is fun. 12 scoreless innings against the New York Metropolitans, thanks to Ranger Suarez absolutely dominating through his 6 scoreless tonight, including a career-high 12 strikeouts, which was chef's kiss spectacular. And Kyle Schwarber, 50 home runs on the season. 50 home runs. Philadelphia Phillies have been around since 1883. Only one other Philly, and there was a guy named Michael Jack Schmidt who played for this ball club, of course. Only one other person has done it, and that's not Michael Jack. That, of course, is Ryan Howard with his record 58 home runs, his franchise record 58 home runs. 50 home runs is incredible, and it could not happen to an easier guy to root for, more so than Kyle Schwarber. He has the 4 home run game. Then he goes a little radio silent on the long ball. And then he just sits on 49 for a long time. And then tonight he got a 3-1 cut fastball that, by the way, Wagman had just, it was a surrender pitch. Like there was no, like, all right, 3-1, here goes nothing. And whammy. That was that. But watching Kyle Schwarber get that tonight, again, easiest guy in the world to root for. And you hear him after the game, and it was just like, yeah, just looking for a good pitch to hit. Whoosh! They douse him with the Gatorade, the bucket, and it just like shakes it off. Yeah, just like I was saying, just looking for a good pitch to hit, and I hit it. And yeah, well, you've gotten 50 of those this season, which only one other person in Phillies history has done. So go ahead and celebrate that. Love that he got the curtain call tonight, and most importantly, of course, great performances tonight is what led to it. But now the Phillies' magic number to clinch the NL East is 9 games with 18 left to play in the season. That's pretty special. That is pretty special. The San Francisco Giants are getting underway in a couple of minutes right now. With a win by the Giants tonight, they would pull to within 2 games for the 3rd and final wild card spot behind the New York Metropolitans. Hey, have you heard this one before? The Mets collapse in September. Okay, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. This was a tough decision, and I might just have to break a rule tonight.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
For, the rule here on Locked On Phillies Postcast is no fences. We don't sit on fences here. We make a decision, okay? We choose the favorite child, okay? I can't tonight. Phillies, obviously the offense was rolling tonight with 9 runs, but you never know what's going to happen with the bullpen, especially after you use some of your better guys last night. Tonight, you had Ranger Suarez go out there and give you 6 scoreless innings. And the word I would use to describe his performance tonight, hypnotic. That's the word I would use. Like dazzling comes to mind, stellar comes to mind, but hypnotic is the way I would describe Ranger Suarez in this ball game tonight. For instance, comes out in that first inning, gets 2 strikeouts to get the final 2 outs of that inning. 2 strikeouts. One time he gets Soto swinging over top a slider, and then he gets Alonso looking at a fastball, dusting the corner, a 3-2 fastball away, dusts the corner spectacularly. And then he comes up in the second inning again. He gets Nimmo. After a 3-2 walk, by the way, to Vientos, he gets Nimmo to strike out on an 0-2 slider. A 3-pitch at bat sits him down. Marte, it goes from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. He's able to punch him out on a sinker, looking at a sinker. Then he gets Alvarez to line out to left field. Again, down in the count. This time he was 3-0, works at the 3-2, comes back, and he's able to get Alvarez in that moment. Go to the third inning there, gets another strikeout, this one of Siri, and then he gets another strikeout also of McNeil. McNeil first, he got on a 1-2 curveball. Hadn't seen that really earlier in the ball game, using fastballs and sinkers and sliders mostly, but gets him on the curveball. Then Siri gets on the 3-2 sinker, so he wins that battle, and then Lindori gets the ground out to shortstop there. Then you go into the fourth inning, Soto again, 0-2 sinker, 3 pitches, sit down, sir. Alonso looking again, 1-2 sinker. Did somebody tell the Mets that he doesn't throw sinkers? I know they're not blazing at like 94, 95, 98 mile per hour sinkers. They're like, boop, 89, boop, 91. That's it. He's not blazing it up there, okay? But he gets him down, looking at the sinker. And then Vientos, when he struck out the side there in the fourth inning, 14 pitches, struck out the side, 2-2 fastball away. See you later. 9th strikeout of the night for Suarez. Fifth inning goes up there. And same type of thing. Gets into a little bit of trouble, 21 pitches in the inning, but again, uses the strikeout to get out of it, including Siri on a 1-2 pitch. That one was, again, the curveball. 6th inning, Soto chases the 1-2 sinker away. Again, these guys just confused as all get out on the sinker. Alonso, 2-2 slider. See you later for his 12th strikeout of the game, a career high. Hypnotic. Those guys were hypnotized tonight. You will swing at my sinker. You will forget I have a sinker. You will swing over top my curveball. You will be wildly confused by my sinker on the outside corner. Ha, ha, ha. And that's what happened to the Mets tonight. So that's one player of the game. As I said, I'm on the fence. The other is, again, you have 50 home runs in the season. You also drive in 123 RBIs, whatever he's up to now, 126 RBIs, whatever it is, and get 50 home runs. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber also deserves some player of the game honors. Honorable mention, I will say, because they went back-to-back. That was, I'll save that for later, but I want to make sure I have this number right for our boy Kyle Schwarber and what he was able to do for the Phillies in tonight's game. In particular, I don't have the box score loaded. Idiot. But when it came to Kyle Schwarber tonight, you saw the miraculous performance that he was able to have when it came to just about everything he was able to give you. And in particular, I'll get this number for you right now. Computing. Ranger Suarez, 12 strikeouts. That's great. RBIs number, 123. 3 RBIs tonight, 123 RBIs there for Kyle Schwarber. So good hustle to him. As far as the turning point of tonight's game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Let's go into that second inning. Now, Nick Castellanos for the second consecutive night got the Phillies on the board first. Last night it was the second inning with an RBI single. This time it was a 2-run single to left field to bring 2 runs home, obviously. Phillies grabbed the 2-0 lead. All right, early offense. Let's go. Let's keep cooking, baby. Bottom of the second inning, Weston Wilson lines out to left. Bryson Stott gets the gets the single. Then Stott gets picked off, which really sucks because Otto Kemp, the birthday boy himself, is at the plate. And wouldn't you know it, he gets a 1-2 changeup that stays up just enough, and he blasted 385 feet for a solo, instead of a 2-run, but a solo home run. That gave the Phillies a 3-0 lead. Very next batter, Harrison Bader, 1-1 sweep that didn't sweep enough, 358 feet to left field for a 4-0 Phillies lead. 4-0, and Ranger Suarez on the hill. You're feeling pretty good about life at that moment. That's when I felt things really turned in favor of the Phillies. Vientos came up there and got the home run off Robertson in the 7th. Phillies obviously got the 3-run home run by Kyle Schwarber in the bottom of the 7th, but it never felt like the Phillies were going to let this one, let the wheels pop off of this. Even in the top of the 9th inning, Lazar's in there, allows a run to score. Nothing really worth bragging about there. Phillies were able to slam the door after that. So I would have to say the turning point of this game is the back-to-back home runs in the second inning to grab Ranger Suarez and this Phillies team a 4-0 lead, and it felt like they weren't going to lose it after that. As far as...
This is what you'll be talking about.
50 home runs by Kyle Schwarber, back-to-back 6 scoreless innings by your starting pitching. And how about this? Also, 19 strikeouts by your starting pitching over their 12 innings. That's pretty damn good, too. And you're also going to be talking about the Phillies' magic number being number 9. And just maybe, if you hope of hope and you dream of dreams, okay, just maybe, somehow, magically, the San Francisco Giants beat the Arizona Cardinals tonight. They win that game. They're just getting underway now. Again, it's 9:45 was first pitch. It's 0-0 in the first inning as we speak right now. The Mets would only have possession of the third wild card spot by 2 games. Chef's kiss again. All right, when we come back, we'll get your comments on this one, how you're feeling about the Phillies after tonight's victory. And then we'll also take a look at tomorrow's game. Phillies and Mets, game 3 of the 4-game series. Phillies look to not just split, but clinch the series victory over the New York Metropolitans. Back after this. This is Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Be right back. And let me tell you about the Game Time app. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB, and get $20 off your first purchase. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live, the energy, the crowd, the chance to see your team in person, maybe even Kyle Schwarber hit a SchwarBOMB. But actually getting tickets, that could be a little bit of the tough part there. That's why I like using the Game Time app. The app gives you the advantage. Really, it gives the advantage back to fans. Game Time is fast, easy, and backed by Game Time Guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all the fees are included. So the price you see is the price you pay. How about that? The app makes it super simple. Really takes the guesswork out of buying tickets, as well as you could view your seat's vantage point before you even buy the tickets. Literally taking the guesswork out of buying tickets. So download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Swipe, tap, ticket, go, download Game Time today. Now, some people are trying to save some money these days, right? You're always trying to save some money. Maybe it's a big vacation. Maybe it's the car. Maybe sending the kids to college, whatever it might be. Monarch Money can help you with all this. Most people can't even name all their financial accounts, not even how much they're worth. Come on. What more do you need to know? Monarch Money will help you through all this. Monarch is built for people with busy lives just like you and me. And if you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart characterization, that is, of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet, or as I like to call it, my personal kryptonite, okay? Monarch Money is fantastic. Maximizing your investments, increasing your savings rate. It's unbelievable. Don't let the financial opportunity like this slip through your cracks. That is. Use a promo code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with promo code MLB. Before we get into the chat check, I want to make sure we highlight a couple other guys in this lineup tonight and what they were able to contribute to this Phillies win tonight. And again, the Phillies winning 9-3 over the New York Mets. Most notably, Harrison Bader. How about him going to the top of the spot, top of the leadoff role today? Jeez, easy for me to say. 3 for 5 today, 2 RBIs, including that home run, 2 runs scored, 2 strikeouts. Harrison Bader, by the way, folks, in his career, he's had 83 plate appearances as a leadoff hitter. He's only hit 250, but he's got a 349 on-base percentage in that stretch. I hated Bryce Harper leading off. I love Harrison Bader leading off. And yes, the proof in the pudding kind of helps that. Then you see Kyle Schwarber got it done. Bryce Harper did have 2 base knocks for you tonight, which was great to see for him. JT Realmuto hitless tonight, unfortunately. Nick Castellanos, as I mentioned earlier, got the Phillies on the board first for the second consecutive night. Great to see that for Nick Castellanos. Sosa came up with hit. Weston Wilson, the 0 for Bryson Stott. 3 hits today, including his 500th career hit. Good for Bryson Stott. And Otto Kemp, 2 hits for him today, as well as the home run on his birthday. As far as Ranger, you see the numbers right there. 99 pitches to get through his 6 innings with those 12 strikeouts. Just 4 base runners allowed. Not too shabby. David Robertson, unfortunately, did give up the home run there. 17 pitches to get through his inning. Then Tanner Banks, 3 hits. Max Lazar, 3 hits. You want to see a little bit more from the bullpen on a night like tonight. But other than that, we Gucci, baby. We Gucci. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll show myself out. All right, let's see what you guys have to say about this one. Ranger puts the Mets' playoff hopes in danger. Thank you, Morgan Landy. Chris Morse, magic number is 9. Heck yeah, 1 more win. to the series win. Absolutely, Chris. Joseph Grillo, Bader Tots now available at PJ Wheelhands. I literally was DMing with somebody about the Bader Tots. And then literally maybe 5 minutes later, Taryn Hatcher was on the TV with the Bader Tots. And I was like, that's pretty clutch. That's pretty clutch. Mark A, a stress-free win, right? A laugher almost. Wonder if Keith Hernandez is still playing that the Phillies are overrated. Or still saying that the Phillies are overrated. Freaking Phils. Let's just say this. The last time that pretty boy, Keith Hernandez, had some awful things to say about the Phillies went to the World Series. So I really like it when Keith Hernandez says bad things about the Phillies. Keep talking. Mark C. Hello, Mark. Hello. Looks like Ranger is getting stronger down the stretch. Total turnaround. Yeah, and one of the things that I had heard about Ranger Suarez over the years is that he's just not that great at staying in shape. It's not just the back injury. Yeah, he can put a little stress on the back when he's trying too hard because he's out of shape. Not seeing it this year. Keep on making it happen. Joseph Grillo, Ottoman Kempire. Love it. Sanchez, game 3. Luzardo, game 4. Let's go, Chris Moore. Philly and 8. This is not saying anything about Howard or anyone else, but to hit 50 in the non-steroid era is just amazing. I never thought, just for the record, and I know you're not implying this, but just for people that might draw the conclusion, I never thought Ryan Howard was on the roids. That was the tail end of the roid era, and he mashed for 5 years. Just mashed at a Ruthian rate. And 50 home runs. Hot damn, that was incredible. Baby 100. Such an awesome bell-to-bell, wire-to-wire win, baby. There you go. Ranger was awesome. Hell yeah. We're going to let it experiment. Just may work out. Well, you also had a lefty on the bump tonight. So maybe that's why they went with Harrison Bader. Most likely that's why they went with Harrison Bader. Either way, I don't like Bryce Harper leading off. Great that he wanted to do it. He's a leader. No doubt about that. I just rather have that bat a little bit further down the lineup. Was hoping to shut out the Mets in back-to-back games. Good win, says Seabrook. There you go. Ken, what a night at the bank. Ranger career 12Ks. Stott, 499 and 500 career hits. Hell yeah. 50 is SchwarBOMB. Magic number 9. Polarbuck, what's going on? Why does it feel so good beating the snot out of the Mets? Well, because the Mets, remember that time? Remember a lot of times the Mets would beat the snot out of the Phillies at Citi Field. So it's nice to return the favor. Ooh, Danny Johnson, Farzy. I think the Phillies' ceiling has moved from a 5-game NLDS loss to a 6-game NLCS loss. There you go. Trending in the right direction. Let's keep that going. Wait, what? Joseph, what? Wait, what? Joseph, I wonder, again, Harper set his ego aside. Yes. I absolutely think so. Joel Elvers, hello. A few thoughts. 1, so glad Ranger fixed whatever was causing him to fall off during the second half. 2, just when it was looking like Schwarber wasn't going to get another home run all season, he gets number 50. Yeah, how about that? Pretty awesome. Wait, what's going on? You mean did I say the Cardinals? Yeah, they're playing the Diamondbacks, not the Cardinals. Did I say the Cardinals? And Miscusi. The Giants, San Francisco Giants, are playing the Arizona. Jeez, Mary and Joseph. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Yeah, football in the brain. Funny when that kicks off. Anyway, it's still 0-0 now, bottom of the first inning. Bader needs leadoff until Trey is healthy, says Joe. Joseph Brennan, I agree. Chris Shear, it's Bader time. Love it. Matt, haven't heard Romano's name in a long time. I'm sure if Jordan Romano was still pitching for the Phillies and not hurt, he'd be like, way to go. Deborah's so happy. I'm pretty sure that's what Jordan Romano would say if he was pitching. It's Delta Volt. How you doing? Mets tears taste the best. Delicious, salty tears of unfathomable sadness. I can't do Eric Cartman, but if you know, you know. Oh, yeah, Juan Soto also sucks, so that's fun. He was mega confused tonight. That was a good time. Oh, yeah. Magic number is 9, and the Mets are down to the Phillies 9 games in the division, which is also a good time. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful, as per usual. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow following another, hopefully, Phillies win over the New York Metropolitans. That's going to be the Wednesday edition of this series. I believe it's another 6:45 start time, 7 o'clock start time Thursday, I believe, because that's the Fox, or it's 7:15, whatever it is. That's the Fox game. But tomorrow's game is at 6:45, and once again, you're going to have a lefty on the hill for the Phillies. That's going to be Christopher Sanchez going against Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes, 11-7 on the season with a 3.61 ERA. Christopher Sanchez, 12-5 on the season with a 2.60 ERA. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You guys are fantastic, as per usual. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow night following, hopefully, a series-clinching win over the New York Mets. Thanks. Like and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.